Salutations, crustaceans. I'm Lobster, and today we are going to be reviewing the Epiphone EB-0 / SG-E1, whatever they're calling it nowadays. Let's check it out. This is the Epiphone EB-0, now called the SG-E1, and this was actually my second bass ever. Not this particular one, but the EB-0, and boy do I have some memories of it. These are interesting little short-scale basses that were the entry-level model for Epiphone back in the day, costing at around $199. Currently, they're around $289, so not much has changed there. Not much has changed in regards to the construction either, and we'll talk about that right now. For the body, we have a mahogany body with a Gibson SG shape. We have a 3-point stupid bridge. I hate these bridges, they're just the worst bridge design ever. I'll make a separate video on these bridges and how to swap in the hip shot, which I haven't done yet, but I do have a hip shot bridge waiting for this bass. We also have a master volume and master tone control for this big ol' mudbucker. This is an Epiphone mudbucker-esque pickup. However, it's mostly mud and not a lot of bucker. It's not noisy, but it just doesn't have much buck to it, if you know what I'm saying. It really doesn't have a lot of kick. It's pretty, I guess, smooth and subtle in a lot of ways. Moving up to the neck, we have a 30.5-inch scale bolt-on mahogany neck with a rosewood fingerboard. We have 20 frets, and the nut width, I believe, is around 38 millimeters. I totally forget, but it's a pretty slim and very playable neck. Moving up to the headstock, we have your typical Epiphone style headstock with 4 large elephant ear tuners. These are heavy-ish tuners, and they definitely contribute to the ridiculous amount of neck dive that this bass has. I got this bass right before performing in a pit orchestra for my first time in high school. And it was for the performance, where before I was using a P bass, a full-scale bass that I was used to, and a full-scale bass that didn't have neck dive problems. Now imagine young Lobster sitting in a very tight pit orchestra with a lot of other people in music stands, and as soon as you let go of the neck, it's just like, whoa, taking out people and music stands and everything. So yeah, this was an interesting bass. Also, tonally, this was a large departure from the P bass I was using, which still had some nice kick to it. This was just all tonal mush, and you'll see more when we play it. But now, let's go ahead and turn this bass around. Around back, we see basically nothing besides the control cavity. We have a decent sized control cavity here with a cover, and then we have the mahogany grain, our 4-screw neck attachment with our strap button right here. Terrible. And then we have our short scale neck here. This is a gloss finish. And up at the headstock, we have 4 tuners here and a sticker that says this is made in Indonesia. I believe production of these has gone all over the place throughout the lifetime of this instrument, which is probably getting close to 30 years now. I know that they were made in Korea and then China, and now it looks like they're being made in Indonesia, so I don't know. And how much does the Epiphone EB-0 SG-E1 whatever weigh? This particular example comes in at 7.8 pounds, which is on, I guess, the normal to heavier side for a short scale tiny instrument like this. It does feel pretty dense. And how much do these basses cost? As I mentioned, these come in at around $289 from your local guitar center or musician's friend. I believe that's the only place where you can buy these new. That does include shipping, however, at least in the US, and they're pretty readily available at one of the brick and mortar stores. I purchased this one at a local guitar center, and I got $10 off because I asked, and they said, okay. Your mileage may vary, but yes, $289. I wouldn't do it. Just don't. Don't do it. But now you're wondering, what does this bass sound like? You know what you need to do. Go ahead and pinch that like button so my hand will turn back to normal. Thanks. So as I mentioned, we just have a volume control and a tone control. That's it for this one big ol' pickup. So that was with the tone all the way open, and it is Mud City. Mud City, USA, right here, Indonesia. Whatever, it is a muddy tone what we have here, and this is what you get. Let's take the tone down to about 50% now. And here's the tone all the way down. Next, I'm going to turn the tone back up. Let's play it with the pick. Yeah. And let's see how this thing slaps. Okay, so the slap tone is terrible, but I have to say slapping a short scale like this is a lot of fun, so it has that going for it. Now, I was originally planning on like doing a little opening song for this bass because like it's SG styled and I like Carlos Santana, so I was gonna do a little like Samba Pati or something like. But this bass is not worth it. It is not. This is not much of a bass here. I believe a lot of people are going to buy it for the looks because it looks like an SG and kind of harps back to the old EB-0, but out of the box, even for $289, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Look at the balance. Look. Whoop, 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 whoop. Anyways, let's go ahead and throw some drums behind this bass. So here's my final thoughts on the Epiphone EB-0, SG-1, whatever. No. 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 The balance is terrible. It's pretty buzzy in regards to the fretwork. I have this strung up with some SIT short scale strings. I forget which ones they are, but they're really nice strings. However, this bass, even with nice strings, just sounds like a poop fest. It's bad. So what am I going to rate the Epiphone EB-0/SG-1? Yeah! I'm going to rate this bass 1 claw. One claw. Whew, this brings back some memories, and they're not good ones in regards to the quality of this instrument. The balance is atrocious, the tone is not good, the playability is not good, just everything about it is not good, and it's for people who just like the SG shape and want something that's a bass. From what I understand, the Gibson variants are a lot better as they have a superior pickup, superior electronics, and probably better balance as well with its hipshot hardware. I know my Gibson Les Paul Jr. Tribute balances perfectly, and that's one of my favorite short scale instruments. However, this bass, which has very similar specs, at least on paper, falls far short of that quality. Personally, if you're looking for a Gibson style short scale, check out the used market for those Les Paul Jr. Tributes. Those are killer basses and can be had for probably as little as, what, $600 or $700. So obviously that's a bit more expensive than one of these, but if you're looking for that Gibson vibe, you're just going to get the looks here and none of the playability, none of the tone. Not saying that Gibson's always been known for playability or tone, because they're not, but this is bad. Bad. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, subscribe, join our Discord channel, leave a comment down below, and let me know what you think about the Epiphone EB-0/SG-1, whatever they're called nowadays. And as always, until we groove again,